Hi folks, Kyle here. I'm going to do a video today about how to change your homepage when it isn't correct. Maybe you have a messy course, or maybe you've just imported some content in there, but the template homepage is still there and it's not the one that you want students to land on. So in either of those situations, we're going to go through how to change that front page. And so here I have, this is a part of a template. It still has placeholding text in it. This is from an old course, and this is not where I want students to land. I just imported some content in here. And in fact, I'll show you the one that I want to show up. So we're going to click Pages and then View All Pages. We're going to come down here and we can see that I have 1, 2, 3 home pages, different ones, and unfortunately they are all published. So the one that's showing up is this one. It has the front page designation on it, and it's this one. I'm going to click it just so that we can see. This is the one that I want to show up. So how do I fix this issue? Well, the first thing we want to do is navigate to the page that where I want students to land. We're going to come up to the upper right hand corner and click the additional menu icon, and we're just going to drop down Use as Front Page. So that's going to fix that issue. Now, just to double check, we can click over here on the home page and see, is that where students are going to land? The answer is yes. That's where students now are going to land, which is great. Now, here you'll want to run a quick check. For CBU users, the course code up here in Canvas shows up in the URL bar, and it's this very last 4-digit number. In this case, I'm using course 6266. We want to make sure that these buttons, the navigational buttons that are down at the bottom of the home page, continue to navigate to course 6266 and not somewhere else. If they navigate to a different course, then you have a deeper issue. We'll talk about that in a second. So I'm going to click each of these buttons and just check the URL button bar to make sure that they navigate to this same course. So we're going to click Course Overview. Good. 6266. That's placeholding text, so we'll get to that issue later on in this series. Click the back button. About your instructor navigates to 6266. That's great. Course Q&A 6266. Perfect. And then finally, course modules is taking me to the 6266 course. That's great. So all of the buttons are programmed correctly, and they're going to navigate to content that's in course 6266. Now, they may not navigate to the content that I want to show up. That's a different issue, and we'll solve that later on in this series, but at least they're programmed correctly, or they are scripted correctly. So if that happens to you where you check and the buttons are navigating to a completely different course, you can solve that problem by going into the HTML and redirecting it. If you really don't want to do that, and again, if you're a complete beginner with HTML or even maybe kind of intermediate, I wouldn't recommend that you do that. Give us a shout at CDI and we'll get into your course and we'll fix that problem very, very quickly. So I've solved the front page problem, and I've double checked that my buttons are navigating to content within the same course. The last thing I need to do is come back to Pages and View All Pages. And if you'll recall, I still have conflicting home pages that are all 3 published. Well, I want to make sure that I take care of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpublish those so that students cannot see them. There we go. Let's unpublish that. And if I want to create a clean course, I can delete those 2 pages, which I'm going to go ahead and do. So we're going to delete that old home page, And we're going to delete this copied home page. And now I only have one home page showing up. It's published, and it is my front page. So that's how we fix that problem that oftentimes we get when we roll a course over to a new semester, or we have a pretty messy course. So hope that helped. See you in the next video.